In today's video, I'm going to go over 10 signs that you might be an Enneagram Type 2. If you're new here, I'm Hillary and I'm your certified Enneagram life coach, and I love to teach you guys the Enneagram in the simplest and easiest way possible. But before we jump into the video, don't forget to push the subscribe button if you haven't already and click the bell that's right next to it, because that will make sure that you get notified every single time a video goes live. So this is the last video in the whole series. I've already covered all the other types in the 10 signs you might be series. And I will link all of those down below, because a lot of times you guys come to these videos and you're trying to decide between probably a type 2 since you're here and any other type. And guys, let me tell you, if you've went through the cores already, so the core fear, core desire, core longing, core weakness, that's really where you need to start in order to figure out your type. But then come over to these videos and watch them, because every single video, I really dive deep into 10 different signs of each type that you might be that type. So I really encourage you guys to go give those a watch if you haven't already and you're trying to decide between a type 2, or any other type. And I just hit on the cores a little bit, and I kind of want to just dig a little deeper into that before I get into the 10 signs, because what I'm going to be sharing today is more behavior based, and the core fears, core desires, core weakness, and core longings of the type 2 are all about your motivations, your why you do something. And that's why I said, go ahead and check out those first. I have a 1-minute video covering those on the type 2. I will link that right here, but it's just super important to know the cores first and then watch a video like this. So let's go ahead and get started into the first sign that you might be an Enneagram Type 2. So the first sign is you make decisions based off of feelings. And guys, that makes total sense for a type 2. Why? Because they are in the feelings triad. The 2, 3, and 4 are in this triad. And so for that type 2, it's going to make perfect sense that they are going to make all their decisions based off of their feelings first. This can look like making decisions based on what feels most right rather than what makes the most sense. And so that's where the 2 is going to start. They're going to start with what feels right and go off of that first. Sign number 2, you are tuned in to people's feelings. And again, this is another feelings one. And what this one means is when you walk into a room, I've heard it said that 2s kind of can have like these feeling antlers. Feeling antlers, is that how you say it? But they can kind of feel the room. They could feel the emotions. They could feel the energy. They could feel what's going on. You're very in tune with everybody's feelings and what's going on in the room. And honestly, this really helps the 2 know what other people want and need. And they are really big into helping people. And obviously they're called the helper. And so knowing what people want and need plays a huge part in that. Sign number 3, everybody thinks you're their best friend. People just gravitate towards you. If you are a 2, let me know in the comments. Do you feel that happening? Do you feel like people just gravitate towards you? You are a great listener. You can remember the details really well of everybody's life. I totally admire that in a type 2. A 2 is the one that's going to be like, well, how's grandma? I know she was sick a month ago. How's that going? Because they remember all the details. This makes them just a really loyal friend. But this leads me to wonder, if people think they are your best friend, do you feel like you're their best friend? I would love to know that. If you're a type 2 and you're like, yeah, a lot of people do think I'm their best friend. Do you feel like you're their best friend too? Or are you like, they feel that way, but I don't necessarily always feel that way? I would love to know. Sign number 4, you are the first to respond to a crisis. You go into go mode. A crisis happens, a 2 is like, I'm there, I'm ready, let's go. You could just really see the needs and start helping right away. It just doesn't scare you. Unlike me, a type 9, where when a crisis happens, I go fetal, I freeze, I have no idea what to do. I need to look towards a type 2 in order to know okay, what do we do here? Because a 2, they can shine in a crisis. They can really just step up and respond because they can feel the needs. They want to help. They want to be there. And I even would wonder, they go to an 8 under stress, and I wonder if that really helps them to be able to just kind of go right in and start helping. Because I would think a crisis is stressful, right? And so going to our stress arrow is not always a bad thing. Sometimes we need to. And so that's why I say that. But let's go ahead and move on to sign number 5. You wish people were as in tune to your needs as you are to theirs. And I think when this happens, it's because the type 2 might have started to feel taken advantage of, and they're like, goodness, I'm always in tune to everybody else's needs, but I don't feel like everybody is as in tune to my needs. And I think that is a real thing for the type 2. But what's interesting is the type 2 a lot of times is not in tune with their own needs. As much as they can figure out everybody else's, they're not as in tune to their own needs. And I would even go as far as to say, if somebody asked you, if you're a type 2 watching this, if somebody asked you what your needs are, would you know what they are? Would you be able to voice your own needs? And maybe that's why you just wish they were in tune to your needs, because, then you wouldn't even have to tell them or try to figure out your own needs too. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, my back's hurting. I don't know why I moved this, but let's move on to sign number 6, which is you love to host. You want your home to feel warm, welcoming, safe for your friends and your family. You want people to walk in and just feel loved. A type 2 really loves to get everything ready, pay attention to all the details. More than likely, they're cooking too. They're in there, they're getting their hands dirty, and they're prepping everything for whoever is coming over. The one funny thing I find with the type 2 is if people try and help clean up, you usually will just shoo them away. Like, no, I got this. Say the party's over. Say you're done hosting and people are like, oh, I want to help clean up. A lot of times the 2 is going to tell them, no, just go home. I got it. And do all the cleanup on their own. Sign number 7, you do not know how to say no, which is so opposite because I just covered the type 8 video last week, the 10 signs you might be a type 8. And one of theirs was, you have no problem saying no. But the type 2, yes, they do have a problem saying no. They have a really, really hard time saying no. And I would say, especially if it's to take care of somebody, if somebody has a need, the 2, even if they're tired, exhausted, and worn out, a lot of times is going to go ahead and say yes. And the one thing I always tell 2s is you got to learn self-care. You got to learn to take care of yourself too. And one way I usually word it is, if you take care of yourself, you could take care of more people. Because a lot of times the 2 is like, I want to take care of everybody, but you will not be able to if you don't take care of yourself. And so it's not selfish, it's just self-care. That's my hey 2s, please listen up. If you don't get anything out of this video, please get that. You do need to take care of yourself. You are worth it. Your needs are just as important as everybody else's needs. And you will be able to do more and help more if you do take care of yourself. Sign number 8, your job is in a helping field, which could look like a nurse, a teacher, a stay-at-home parent, a pastor, a counselor, a doctor, an HR person, social worker, veterinarian, anything like that. A lot of times type 2s find themselves in roles that are where they're helping. They're helping people, they're helping animals, they're helping the environment. They are helping. That is a lot of times where you are going to find the type 2s at. And this has to do with 2s are amazing team players. They're empathetic, they're sincere, they're friendly, and they are energized by being able to be in a role that helps others. And so that's another reason why I think you will find the type 2s in roles like that. And I would love to know from you guys, if you are a type 2, what is your job? Sign number 9, your biggest motivator is feeling loved and appreciated. This is super important to a type 2. A lot of times they will give you their best. They will do their best, especially if they are feeling appreciated and they are feeling loved. Other things that motivate the type 2 are getting to serve people in need, meeting new people, accomplishing goals. Goals can weigh you down. And so when you finally do get them accomplished, it gives you a burst of energy to accomplish it and to get it done. And the last one, sign number 10, you don't normally watch videos about your type. If I'm being honest, type 2's videos, they just don't get as many views as the other types out there. And I think it's because you're like, I don't need to learn about myself. I want to learn about other people. I think that they struggle with to watch something about myself seems selfish. And so if you are 2 and you are watching this, I commend you. Good job. Way to figure yourself out. Way to learn more about yourself. Yeah, I'm really proud of you if you are a type 2 watching this. And also, if you aren't a type 2 watching this and you're trying to learn about type 2s, you guys know that is half of the Enneagram. The first half is to learn about yourself, to understand yourself, and to do the work needed. And then the other part is to learn about the people in your life and understand them better, have grace for them, and, you know, give them space to be who they are. So really, I'm proud of everybody watching this video right now. Don't want to leave anybody out. I'm a 9. But I would love to know if you are a type 2 and you're watching this video, kind of give me like a heart in the comments. I would love to know, like, are you a type 2 watching this video? Let us know. Okay, so what'd you guys think about the 10 signs that you might be a type 2? Would you add anything? What was your favorite one? Which one really was like, oh, that kind of hurt a little? Or would you take any away? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. I love talking to you. So the last thing I have for you guys is, if you are watching this video and you are not sure of your type, you came to this video because you're like, okay, this video is going to tell me who I am, if I am truly a type 2, but you're at the end of this and you're going, gosh, I'm still struggling, I need help. Well, the good news is I teach a Discover You typing session. It's a 1-hour Zoom call with me. And so if you do need help, I will link that in the description box below. Click on that and it'll give you a ton more information about what comes with it. So, but anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Until next week, bye guys.